73% of Americans ask for the help that we need before we absolutely need it. Let that sink in for a minute. That means we're waiting until we're exhausted, until we're stressed, until we're overwhelmed before we ask for the support that we deserve. So why? Because we feel like we have to? Because we don't want to be a burden on somebody else? Because we don't want to appear weak? But what if I told you that asking for the help that you deserve and being open to receive it isn't a weakness? It is a strength. It is one of the biggest strengths that I think we deserve. In fact, it's a superpower. So I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey today. It is an extreme story. It may trigger some of you, but I'm really hoping that if you stay with me with this journey, I will promise you, I will show you the grace and the magic at the end of this journey. Are you with me? Yeah. Awesome. So it's Saturday night of Labor Day weekend, and I'm out driving for rideshare because I have to pay my bills. It's 10 o'clock at night, and I pull up to a grocery store to pick up a woman. And within a minute, she's asking me, if your husband said this, Jean, if your husband did this, Laura, would you think he was cheating on you? I was like, oh, we're doing this today. Okay, well, I don't have enough information to be able to answer those questions, so I'm just going to ask a few more questions. And over the next 5 minutes, she went from being slightly emotional and teary-eyed to telling me that her husband is threatening to deport her if she doesn't steal, if she doesn't do drugs. And she is now crying hardcore. And so I asked her 3 times, do you want help getting away from your husband? And all 3 times, she said yes. So I pull over into an empty parking lot. I immediately get on my phone and hit the emergency button on the app. I text my then boyfriend, tell him I'm dealing with an emergency. I start Googling safe houses. I start calling the police. And then I turn around to engage with her for the first time. Because remember, I'm driving. So I'm looking forward and I'm dealing with my phone. And for the first time, I turn around and I see her. And what I saw, I will never forget. She was curled up in a ball, shaking and trembling and crying, and pushed herself up against the door, away from me, looking up at me like this. And I realized, this isn't a woman having a bad day. This isn't a woman having an anxiety attack. We're in full spiritual crisis. And this wave of the most pure maternal love comes over me. And I am now locked in with her. I am her mother in that moment. I am her shield. I am her protector. And I am holding her emotions in my hands so that she doesn't have to hold them all by herself anymore. Nothing else mattered. Not having to drive to pay my bills, not having to go to the bathroom. Nothing else mattered. My husband said nobody would support me. I'm here. I'm supporting you. I'm calling the safe houses. I'm calling the police. My husband said nobody would believe me. I believe you. I can see it in your eyes. I can feel it off your body. I believe you. That's why I'm here supporting you. Every time she said, my husband said, I proved him wrong. I became everything he said didn't exist. And over the next hour, I told her how beautiful she was, Kathy. How strong she was, Andrea. How courageous I thought she was for being able to speak up and ask for what she needed in the most dire time that she needed it. And the most beautiful thing happened. She became confident. She became strong. And she said, just take me home. And I was like, no, sister, that ain't going to happen tonight. We're not just going home. And she sat up strong, shoulders back. And she's like, I need to go home because of X, Y, and Z. So I can do A, B, and C things. You can still have the cops come to my house, and I will have them search the house. I will still do the things I need to do in order to get away from my husband. But I have to go home in order to start that process. She became this beautiful, strong, she knew exactly what she needed to do, and she was determined to do it. How did I know that? Because I was there years ago going through the same thing she was going through, and that memory came flooding back when I said almost the exact same things that she did. And when I had that confidence and that clarity, and I knew what I needed to do. So I took her home. And then realized I still had to go to the bathroom. So I stopped at a hotel, and that's when God and I had a conversation. And he's like, I want you to go home, and I want you to take care of yourself. I was like, I got bills to pay. I still need to drive and make some money. He's like, I want you to go home and take care of yourself. How about we make a deal? If you give me the strength and the energy to get through the next 3 or 4 hours of driving, I promise I will go home, I will take care of myself, and I will ask for the things that I need just like she did. So we had a deal. 3 or 4 hours later, I'm getting home. My then boyfriend also comes home. And he lets me talk it out, which is really important for us women, is being able to talk it out. Talk about her events that I went through with her that night. Talk about my events that I went through years ago. And then he gives me a hug. And I'm like, can you just hold me? So we laid down, and he wraps his arms around me like a warm blanket. And I nuzzle my head, my face in his chest. And my heart unlocked from carrying this all around myself. And I just started crying. Crying for her because it was sad to see her in that position. Crying for her because I was grateful she was in my car that night. Not somebody else's car that would have just taken her to her husband. Not somebody else that would have just dismissed her. And that she allowed me to help her and to empower her. And after 2 hours, when my tears finally started to dry and I calmed down, I looked up at him and I said, thank you. Thank you for making me feel safe and secure. For the first time, ladies, in over 10 years, a man made me feel emotionally safe and secure. And he says, but I'm not even good at it. And my heart clenched a little bit because I realized he didn't see himself the way I saw him. As a safe house, as an emotional provider. And I told him, but I disagree. I beg to differ. You just did it seamlessly and effortlessly for the last 2 hours. And his body shifted. He had the release he needed. And that is the beauty, because she was able to be strong enough to ask for what she needed. She allowed me the gift to give to her. And because she was open to receive, she allowed herself to heal. And because I got to witness that and be part of that, it gave me the strength and the power to be able to do the same thing for myself. And because I asked for what I needed, it allowed him to be a provider for his woman. I don't know about you, but even the most narcissistic men that I've come across at least want to be a provider somehow, some way to their woman. And because he was able to provide for me, I was able to heal, which gave me the strength to give him the same gift without him even asking for it, or even probably knowing that he even needed it. That is the beauty and the magic of what happens when we ask for what we need and we're open to receive it. Raise your hand if you think this is an extreme situation. Raise your hand if you've ever been in a situation like this. Keep your hand raised if you ever want to go through it again. Exactly. And that's the beautiful thing is that we don't have to. We have moments like this every single day, little moments where we have the opportunity to ask for what we need. Hey, boss, I know you want to talk to me. I'm a little overwhelmed right now. If you give me 5-10 minutes to go for a walk, I can give you my dedicated attention instead of being distracted. Hey, honey, I'm really exhausted from making decisions all day. Will you please just make dinner, take care of dinner so I don't have to? Oh my God, we've been peopling all week. I'm so peopled out. I need some quiet time to read my favorite book and decompress. Or better yet, accept the help when it's offered. Do you need help with that report? You know what? Yes, that would be great. Can you either take this section or give it a once-over, make sure I'm not missing something? Do you need help with dinner? You know what? Can you chop the onions? Or I got dinner, but if you could unload the dishwasher or start a load of laundry or take out the trash, right? Because when we do that, we get our cups filled. We feel supported. We feel loved. And we are allowed to be the best version of ourselves. We're allowed to be the mother that we want to be, the sister, the wife, the professional that not only we deserve to be, but they deserve from us. Because when we do that, we don't just heal ourselves, we heal all of us. And that's what happened in the story. All three of us got to heal that night. When we don't ask for what we need, we not only rob ourselves of being healed, but we rob them of the gift of giving and the gift of provision. How good do you feel when you've helped someone? Don't they deserve to feel that too? To be able to be in that position and to have the strength and to do what we need to do and to ask for the help that we need is a superpower. So I invite you guys today, actually, hold on. I'm going to ask you, which would you rather have? Would you rather have the stressed, the anxious, the overwhelmed, replaying moments over and over in our minds that we shoulda, woulda, coulda? Or would you rather have the peaceful, the fulfilled, the feeling appreciated, the feeling loved? Because that's what you deserve. You deserve to feel and be loved. They deserve to have the best of you. So I'm going to invite you today to step into your superpower, to ask for the support that you need, and be open to receive it. Thank you.